Mainers have had plenty of native sons and daughters to be proud of over the years. Joshua Chamberlain, Joan Benoit, Cooper Flagg, to name just a few. Add to that list two brothers from Kingfield, Francis and Freeman Stanley. If you don't know about them, well, maybe you should, because they and their sister helped usher in the world of modern America. 207's Don Kerrigan had to take a ride in a rare old car to get their story.
Nice way to ride.
Yeah, isn't it, huh?
If you say the name Stanley around Kingfield, this is what most people will think of. A 1910 Stanley Steamer automobile chuffing its steam-powered way around local roads. But in Kingfield, Stanley is about a lot more than cars.
When you read the history of the brothers, they started doing things at 8 years old, like whittling toys and selling them.
Okay.
Just ask Debbie Smith at the Stanley Museum.
And there's stories about how smart the boys were, and they would send for books to learn more, and they knew more than some of their teachers, and they were just amazing.
After more than 170 years, Kingfield still has reason to brag about these identical twins, born in 1849.
Francis Edgar and Freeland Oscar. Okay. But we refer to them as F.E. and F.O. Now, I want to tell you that
their story is kept alive and displayed in the museum.
I brought F.E. and F.O. home from Wisconsin. There was a gentleman who had them made for his museum, and he was closing it, so he asked me if I thought we would like it.
So the brothers' likenesses now help tell their fascinating story. F.E. and F.O. Stanley graduated high school in Kingfield and went to college in Farmington. They became Maine school teachers for a time. F.E. was also a successful portrait artist. Then he and F.O. took up photography. They invented a new chemical process to improve on the glass plates that became the negatives in the big cameras of that day. The result, says Debbie, made the brothers rich.
Revolutionized photography. So eventually what they did was they sold out to Eastman Kodak. But they became millionaires while they were doing the photography.
And that money fueled a new idea.
This is the boiler, and the burner is down here.
The brothers had already moved to Massachusetts, where they designed and built the Stanley Steamer.
Yeah, it's a 2-cylinder steam engine. These are 20 horsepower, but they had a 10 and they had a 30.
Debbie's husband, Mark, fired it up.
Just preheat this for just a second. Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Okay.
The Stanleys built cars from 1897 to 1924. They built between 10 and 11,000 cars. We think that there are probably 500 or 600 left in the world.
All the museum's cars still run.
So this is the Stanley sounds like.
How does it feel?
Feels great. And it's such a nice ride to it. Just to let people know we're around.
But the cars are, as we said, just part of the story. Because while the Stanley brothers were building them, another family member was getting noticed. Chansonetta Stanley, their younger sister, had also discovered photography and would become known as one of the first prominent woman photographers.
She realized the way of life was changing in New England, especially in this area. So the majority of her pictures are things changing in Kingfield, New Portland, in this area, strong. And so she took pictures of that.
Photos then were black and white, so she would often hand tint them to add color. Her work and life also took Chansonetta away from Kingfield and Maine.
She went to South Carolina and took pictures of black people. Now, in the early 1900s, for anybody to do that was unusual, but for a female, it's just mind-boggling to me.
It's all here in the museum, including the building itself, the former Stanley School, designed, yes, by the brothers, in 1903.
If you notice, it's a Georgian design on the front with the pillars, which is a little unusual for this area. But their houses, their homes in Newton were also the same.
Do people in town now know what that sound is?
Oh, yes. They're very familiar with it. Yeah.
The Stanley brothers and their sister kept close ties to Kingfield, but Debbie thinks not enough people know the story of this impressive Maine family.
It's like in any community, you don't know what's in your backyard. I don't think many of the people are aware of what the Stanley family has done for this community and beyond. This one can be a 4-seater.
So they work to keep the story going, one visit and one horn blast at a time.
And there's more to the family's achievements we couldn't fit into the story. The brothers also made violins starting when they were kids. We're told some of those instruments are still being played and are considered very high quality. And F.O. Stanley developed tuberculosis. His doctor told him to go west to avoid humid New England summers. So he went to the town of Estes Park, Colorado, built a big house for himself, and a couple of years later built a large and elegant hotel in the mountains, the Stanley Hotel. It's still there, still in business. Some might know it was the inspiration for Stephen King's book, The Shining, later made into a movie of the same name.